Concrete Genius Podcast, man. I'm your host, Big Sauce. Thank you for following me on all socials at Concrete Genius Pod. I'm the host with the most. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. I want to jump right into this Puffy documentary. I know it's a hot topic on the internet, period, but I want to really get into it because I just really took the time. I watched it a couple of times. At first, I kind of blew it off because it's like I thought I knew everything I knew, but I was drastically wrong, right? And I made a pod last year and I said Puffy Combs, the good, the bad, and the despicable. It's available on my YouTube if you like to see it. But it's way worse than I could ever imagine. Like, I knew he was a nerd trying to be cool, but he was really, really a nerd, right? And then he was forced into so much sexual deviancy by his mama. He was weird. Catholic school, good school. He wasn't even from Harlem, but he was always chasing the ghost of the image of the gangster who his father was, right? So he wanted to become this fly Harlem gangster while he was placed on earth to be this nerd-ass nigga. So you have this conflicted individual. And I also think he was sexually violated several times in his youth. Don't ask me why, but he got a lot of traits of somebody who's been tampered with. But just as a person, can we stop calling Sean Combs a hip-hop icon? At some point, we got to be able to remove that label from past transgressions. Like, if I could remove him and anything Bad Boy ever put out from hip-hop history, I would do that. That's how despicable this man is, right? Well, anything post Andre Harrell. But even then, he was already on some weird behavior, but he grinded at Uptown, he hustled, and then it's like that nigga in the hood who know he can't fight, but somebody front him a kilo. That's Puffy, right? Because now I gotta go extra to show niggas I'm gangster, right? When you never been gangster. You really could have been a great, great music executive if you would have followed in the footsteps of Andre Harrell. You really could have. So we go into the Craig Mack era. A lot of times Craig Mack gets washed from history. And I said it before, rest in peace to Craig Mack. Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear was really, with the exception of what Nas was doing, Flavor in Your Ear really brought New York back, right? New York was on life support, nigga. At least nationally. Definitely nationally, right? Niggas wasn't giving a fuck about New York after mama said knock you out, nigga. Right? New York was dead. Real dead. Craig Mack, you know, he brought that flavor. Like, he brought a party vibe. It was well marketed. It was a great song. The beat was catchy. You know, it came through the speakers. It hit. You know, Puff was this nerd-ass dancing nigga all the time. So it just hit, right? But for the way this nigga kicked Craig Mack to the curve as soon as Big started popping was diabolical. That should have showed you niggas right there what kind of weasel this nigga was, right? And then part of the doc that really pissed me off as I talk about Craig Mack was you bullying this nigga. He put your company on, you threatening this nigga. He ain't getting no money, no royalties, nigga. Flavor in Your Ear remix was everywhere. And you didn't get this man a dime. This man's was struggling at home with his bills, couldn't pay his bills, pulled you to the side to ask you for some money. His wife said you pulled out a stack of money and gave that nigga $100, man. That right there should get you in the wood chipper, man. Craig Mack died alone, poor, with none of the success that matched his talent. And in my opinion, Puffy was the start of the exploitation nigga. I don't do nothing, but I'm exploit you niggas. At least Dr. Dre has successful groups. I would never lump Puffy with the genius of Dr. Dre. Puffy had a genius to him, but it was way overshadowed by his evil manipulation. So rest in peace to Craig Mack. Craig Mack died an awful, tragic death, alone, without the resources afforded to him for what he contributed to Bad Boy. Kirk Burrows, keep your head up, brother. He was very courageous in the documentary. He was very, very good in the documentary. I believed every word he said. I'm going to tell you about people who write shit down, everything down, especially from the 80s and 90s, 2000s, before computers. Even now, people that write things down rarely lie, right? Because they want to keep track of the truth. That's why you document everything. Okay, $700 here, $2,800 here, minus 20. So when they was showing this man's books and documentation, I believed him. He was really the technical brains behind Bad Boy Records. Puffy was a marketer, a hustler that wanted to be a star, and this man really was the foundation of Bad Boy, Kurt Burrows. So you go in a room with a baseball bat and you threaten this man to give up 25% of his stocks to you. And the other 75% are in your mother's name because you don't want to get sued by the victims from the City College tragedy, which you overpromoted. You didn't spend money on security. And that one's kind of tricky for me, right? That's the one I'm going to be like, even though I despise this nigga and I hate him, and I'm going to get into more reasons why I hate him, the City College thing, rest in peace to all the victims. That's something I don't think he planned. I know he didn't plan to happen. Did he maybe overmarket? Yes. And was it a deadly situation? Yes. And it wasn't well thought out. But at that stage of his life, as he plans, I can understand, right? And then we go to Big. I wasn't the biggest Big fan, right? I'm on record as saying, to me, Ready to Die is extremely overrated. It feels like almost like it's like it's like a New York nigga wanted to make a version of The Chronic. You know what I mean? Or Dog, like it was real. Give Me the Loot was cool with the different voices. That was a good one. It was about 4 or 5 cuts on there. But it was just more hardcore Brooklyn shit. It was cool. But it was the New York shit that was dying. It was some good rapping. But I always felt in the beginning, right? Now when Big got in his bag, the players anthem bag, and he started jumping on the remixes, the 112 bag, Big was that nigga, right? But I always felt Big, his first album was more a product of marketing, the little baby on the cover, Bad Boy, this was next. Ready to Die, to me, will always be kind of overrated, right? And then you go to Pac, right? Here's Pac. Pac meets Biggie. He likes Biggie. He takes Biggie under his wing. He takes him on the road, college tours, East Coast college tours. You know, Pac is popping. You know what I mean? He been in Juice. Pac, that nigga, we all know who Tupac is, right? Those guys are really friends. And that made the nerd and Puffy insanely jealous. And this really strikes me personally because I know I make a lot of nerds jealous, and I have over the course of my life. And I continue to, even at this big old age, right? 95% of the hate I've gotten from niggas is nerds trying to be cool, and you can't feel cool when I'm in a room. It's impossible because you ain't authentic. I'm so real that if you ain't real, you're not going to be able to be around me. And that's how Pac was to Puff. Pac was whatever you felt about him, that's your opinion, but he was authentic in it, right? Puffy was not. And I don't want to hear no nigga, oh man, that nigga was a damn shooter. Shut up, nigga. Shut up, nigga. All right? Just relax. But anyway, this whole insane jealousy of Pac, right, is what led to Puffy getting them dusty ass niggas to shoot Tupac in Quad Studios. He tried to kill him then, right? When I was in prison, my cellmate was a nigga from New York. He was in the know. He told me at the time them niggas was paid 50 grand to shoot Pac at Quad Studios, right? Niggas didn't take his rollie. Nigga had on an $80,000 rollie, didn't take the rollie. But even before we get to that, you studied the whole aesthetic of I Get Around to learn how to be cool. You studied the whole aesthetic of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and the West Coast Ice Cube to learn how to be cool. So if you want to tell me or ask me when New York stopped being the Mecca, is when Puffy became the face of hip hop in New York. That's when it stopped being the Mecca, right? And if you really want to be honest, right? If we really want to have an honest conversation, the Mecca of the birthplace of hip hop can be New York. The Mecca of hip hop is really Los Angeles. And I'm going to tell you why. Dr. Dre had the world-class records, crew shit. They did NWA. They did the gangster shit. The whole world start rapping gangster shit, right? Gangster shit was frowned upon before NWA became a phenomenon. Reality street rap was looked down as New York niggas used to try to turn their nose up at California shit. Eazy-E, NWA, Ice Cube. They used to turn their nose up at that shit. And then the whole world embraced NWA and California hip hop, right? If you ask any nigga from the Midwest or from Oklahoma, from the South or wherever, that's around my generation, you ask them what kind of shit they was listening to in the late 80s, they gonna tell you Eazy-E, NWA, Dr. Dre, Stetsasonic, King T and them, all that, Above the Law, the DOC. That's the shit that really, that's Mecca, that's the golden era of hip hop, right? So this whole New York is the Mecca of hip hop. It was from like Grandmaster Flash and them, The Message, until Mama Said Knock You Out, Nas, Illmatic was the shit. Nas was holding it down. He was fighting and shit, but them niggas outside of Queens was doing some other shit, right? And because it was orchestrated by Puffy. So if you want to ask me, right, everything that Bad Boy was doing was just mimicking the West Coast with a New York accent. And I'm going to tell you why I say the West Coast is more so the Mecca of hip hop, with the exception of the Midwest, because Midwest niggas ain't followers, right? So Midwest niggas standing on what they've been standing on, right, since the 50s and 60s. Pardon me. But you can't tell me New York is the Mecca and you niggas is Bloods and Crips. And no offense to no New York Bloods and Crips. I definitely don't want no problem with you retarded niggas. I was locked up with a few of you niggas. You niggas go Voltron hard. So I respect your cripping. I respect your blooding. But what I'm saying is you can't say you from the Mecca and you claiming gangs from somewhere else. That means LA is the Mecca. And that's the entire aesthetic Puffy used to lay out the map for Bad Boy. I don't care if he was watching Stetsasonic, Oaktown 357, Above the Law, the DOC. He studied them niggas and he watched them niggas and he implemented it. And he fooled society to a point. Now let's get into Big, right? Big comes out. You steal Pac whole style, the pimping, the Versace shit. Man, Big was in a motherfucking Bad Boy fucking jersey, nigga, and some fucking jean shorts and Timbs, nigga. That's what New York style was when y'all made Ready to Die, nigga. Pac put you niggas on that Versace shit, that big player shit, nigga. Dobbs and shit, feathers in your hat, nigga. You wasn't dressing like that, nigga. In your birthday party, you want to come out there dressed like a fake LA, Chicago gang nigga, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's and at the time, right? It's so surreal as an OG to watch the doc because diehard Tupac fans understood how angry Pac was, right? Niggas used to tell Tupac he was a fool for being angry at these niggas. And the whole time, all you niggas owe Tupac an apology. This nigga single-handedly killed one of the greatest rap legends of all time out of envy. But I digress, right? You took the whole aesthetic, nigga. The whole Big Papa shit, the bitches in the tub. You stole Tupac whole style and you gave it to Biggie. So now, Biggie wanted to be an authentic nigga. You know what I mean? Pac was gonna show that nigga how to be a thug life nigga, rap that shit, put that shit this way, street nigga, and show that nigga some fly shit. Y'all stole that nigga style. You talk about Versace, you copy my style. 5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Now I'm back to set the record straight. Like, nigga, Tupac was a prophet, nigga. He told us ahead of time that all these niggas was treacherous leeches. And we admonished them because New York controlled the media. The media wanted to turn it into East-West instead of making Puffy a villain because he was feeding so many niggas. Now here you go. Now all of a sudden, you turn it Big against Pop, right? That was your goal. And Big didn't want to go there. But he went there. Source Awards come. Now, that clip from Suge is already world famous. You don't want the artists all in your videos, come to death row. We know about that clip, right? But what we don't know or didn't know until we was informed in the doc is that Puff was charging niggas for studio time at the studio he owned. That's a grimy nigga. Forcing himself on niggas' songs and then paying himself from the artist's budget. That's a grimy nigga. Forcing himself in the videos that he had no business in being in these videos. Why were you in any of these videos, nigga? All these videos could have went on without you, nigga. It was no reason for you to be in Big Papa, nigga. It was no reason for you to be dancing in Craig Mack shit. It was no reason for you to be in... Like, you just wanted the limelight so bad because that nerd in you needed to be popular, right? So Suge makes the comment, this nigga paying himself in the video, paying himself for everything. Y'all make Suge into the villain. Suge was trying to save niggas, right? You call Pac, come to Quad Studios to come record a fucking album with Lil Sean. Now, Pac got all these legal cases. His money's fucked up. Any other time, he probably be like, why the fuck Lil Sean want me on the album? Lil Sean wasn't even on that fucking level, right? But anyway, come to the studio, bunch of New York niggas up there. You text a nigga where he come, I'm coming. This nigga get to the studio, he get robbed, shot, right? Go to prison, upstate New York. Biggie drop, who shot you? Now you niggas is gangsters. Now everybody know what the fuck Pac was talking about. Now I'm so glad this documentary came out because Tupac can be vindicated for being angry, right? See, because everybody makes the angry nigga that got stabbed in the back into the crazy nigga. And I'm not gonna let y'all do that with Pac, man. Puffy was a snake oil salesman, right? And then the way you treat the women, nigga. Every time another nigga had a woman, you wanted her. That's a #1 sign of narcissistic nerd behavior, right? See, nerds can dress up like gangsters. They can act like gangsters. They can even get gangsters on payroll. I seen them do it. But the #1 sign of a narcissistic nerd is he want another nigga bitch, right? See, the difference between a nigga that's authentic and a nigga that's a nerd is the authentic nigga knows I'll make the bitch. You with me, you a star. I'ma walk with my head up, I look good. You with me, motherfuckers gonna know who you are. And I don't care if they know or not, because I want you. But a nerd nigga playing gangster, oh, he wants another bitch because now he can feel like a gangster. And that was Puffy. I don't care if it was Misa, Kim Porter, rest in peace. And then we go to Suge. You playing side piece games with Suge. Now here you are, you telling Kirk Burrows to take out $50,000 to buy a bitch a necklace, and Craig Mack is eating cornmeal, nigga. What kind of nigga are you, B? I don't want to hear that shit, man. You a foul nigga, son. Then you got the cops working for you. Niggas is in Atlanta. Always stay away from strip mall clubs in Atlanta. Side note, they always dangerous. Always. Day parties, night parties, baby showers. If it's a club in Atlanta and it's in a strip mall, don't go. Somebody probably might get shot. But anyway, you had a party in Atlanta, right? You throw the party in the ATL. You had the police kick out Jake and Suge. R.I.P. Jake, right? A nigga outside the club is conveniently waiting on this nigga and kills him, right? So you kill a nigga because he told niggas, if you want to come and be somewhere where artists ain't dancing in the video. That was retaliation. So now, what happens when a nerd gets in gangster shit? He gets scared. I gotta find out who don't like the gangsters I done violated, and I gotta pay these niggas for protection. We see it all the time, baby. We see it all the time. So now, you offer $1 million for Suge and Pac, nigga. Them niggas ain't putting no money on you. Them niggas is gangsters for real. See the difference between a gangster and a nerd? Man, gangsters ain't got to put hits out on niggas. Not no nigga with no stripes. And this touches me personally. As someone who's had a nice amount of money for someone to try to do something, but I had so much cachet as a gangster, niggas wouldn't even pick up the ticket. See what I'm saying? Like, so this bothers me personally that you put $1 million on the head of Suge and Pac strictly because of envy and bitches. So we know what happens to Pac in Vegas. And if you listen to the confession that Keefe D made on the proffer agreement, niggas don't lie when they get proffer agreements. He said Puff offered them niggas an M, right? Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of gangbanging, right? Nigga, if a nigga offered me an M to do something to a nigga I already was going to do something to for free, I'm going to take the M. So I don't place no bearing on the Crips. That's the political side of the business. I don't get into gang politics that I've never been a party of, right? But I will say this. Where we from, you get to a certain level, a nigga gonna respect your gangster, right? And like I said, Midwest politics is different, right? But if a nerd nigga come to me and say, yo, we offering nigga $250,000 to knock off a vice lord, first of all, nigga, why you ain't doing it, nigga? You go do it, bitch. Or get one of your niggas to do it. And then two, if you can't do it, you in position. That's how money work. That's how power work. I know the game now. Be like, who? Oh, such. Nah, man, I respect that nigga, bro. Wrong nigga. Wrong nigga. Go get one of your little niggas. I respect that nigga. So, regardless, let me move away from that, right? This nigga put a hit out on Tupac, man. See, Pac was beating them niggas with words. And that's what Crazy Pac used to say in his documentary. I'ma beat these niggas with words. I'ma beat these niggas with my actions. These niggas can't touch me. These niggas can't touch us. And he meant it. And Puff knew it was real. Puff knew he could never be a real nigga as long as Tupac and Suge was alive. But especially Tupac. Because Suge didn't really get in front of the camera unless he was interviewed. But Tupac was that voice that was letting you know you a bitch ass nigga. And he couldn't take it. And then, like I say, man, and then that nigga that died of cancer, right? That was a lecherous nigga too, man. You know what I mean? Like, I hate hearing niggas romanticize gangsters that was unethical niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just an unethical nigga that brings death around them. I hate niggas romanticizing niggas like that, man. Niggas like that can rest in piss, man. Like I don't honor gangsters that wasn't gentlemen, nigga. You know what I mean? I don't honor dumb, dirty, diabolical gangster niggas. Cause if a nigga ain't got no honor and he on your side, eventually he ain't gonna have no honor when he come to cross you. R.I.P. Pac, man. This fuck nigga, man. She had me hot, bro. And then you got the audacity to take Biggie to L.A. after you done paid for Tupac to be killed, nigga. So you thought y'all was good, right? Come on, man. Another sign of nerd behavior. I gotta prove I'm tough. See, a gangster, hey man, I ain't going out there, man. I ain't got time to fuck with them niggas. I'm securing my G, bro. A nerd? Nah, them niggas ain't gonna run us off the West Coast, son. So he go to the West Coast, he do the promo run. He's supposed to leave and go to London, and you tell a nigga to cancel the flight. Cause you wanna show you and Big at a party together. You was so determined to make Biggie your best friend that you got him murdered. As a retaliation for a murder you just caused. And that's despicable. And honestly, I feel like the nigga wanted Biggie to die, nigga. Like you don't love a nigga if you don't offer him the protection he deserves, right? If I know I'm beefing with niggas in the club and I take my son to the club, I don't love my son, right? If a nigga do something to my girl or do something to somebody in my family, I say, I'm gonna handle this. And I tell my two sons, come on, y'all coming with me. I don't love them because I'm putting them in harm's way over some shit I got going. And that's the difference between a man and a fake ass gangster like Puffy. A man would have said, you know what, Big, we gonna get in this bitch in and out. You gonna hit a couple radio stations. I'm gonna get you on the first thing smoking back to New York. Or matter of fact, nigga, you ain't even going. So Puffy basically was responsible for all the trauma that hip hop fans suffered in the 90s. It falls at his feet. Sean Combs. Nah, man. Nah. And then this man get killed, bro. You put out the album, and then you become the face of your label? Then you start rapping? Oh, everything Suge said had came to fruition in 2 years. Suge made that statement August 95. By August 97, Puffy had an album coming out. I don't know about the Rolling Stone cover, but I believe everything Kurt Burrows said. And I believe you a selfish ass nerd nigga that need validation. So I despise you for that, bro. Then we go, Big die, you come with the No Way Out shit. You hire the Locks, but the Locks come from some shit, and they had an association with Rough Riders, so them niggas could throw some muscle around. Them niggas was really gangster street niggas, so you wasn't gonna bully them niggas out of they shit. You know what I mean? So they forced their way off the label, Free the Locks, the whole movement and shit. So you had to bow down like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You get Mase. To me, Mase, one of my 10 favorite rappers of all time, when it just come to the bars and the pretty boy shit, that's my swag, nigga. A pretty boy nigga that feel like I can fight, nigga, and I'm gonna fuck your bitch and I'm spitting this shit. I always been a Murder Mase fan, nigga. You know what I mean? Fuck Mase over, nigga. You sent Mase to the New Testament, nigga. You's a diabolical nigga, B. You know what I'm saying? Total. 112, Black Rob, Mark Curry. Rest in peace, Black Rob. Like, to see Mark Curry break down and crown that documentary, man, if any of you niggas, right, is trying to find any reason in your heart, nigga, to have any type of compassion for Puffy, you need to be excommunicated from hip hop, nigga. I cannot trust the type of man you are, nigga. First of all, nigga, you co-signing a nigga that like his nibbles touch and stores cum in bottles, nigga, like leftovers. So just on the weirdo shit, you niggas should have been cut him off, right? But when I first heard the cat, I'm like, okay, the nigga's a weirdo, but being a weirdo ain't illegal, right? But what I heard about what he did to this first lady who broke down crying and her mama wrote a letter saying her daughter was having nightmares, what this nigga did to Craig Mack, what this nigga did to Pac, Suge, Big, listen, I ain't gonna never say, unless a nigga, listen, put this nigga somewhere where it's hot and keep him there forever. He's a diabolical, despicable nigga, right? And then, last but not least, and I was off your music, off everything you was doing, because I knew, I I knew that nigga was a weirdo when No Way Out came out. Cause I'm like, this nigga trying too hard. This nigga was auto-tuning before auto-tune. His bars had no cadence. His music has no cadence. He was a weirdo. He come out here, I be missing you. Man, nigga, you took that nigga to California, nigga. Fuck out of here, bro. Weird ass nigga. And then, the way you did the making a band niggas, bro. Like, making niggas, like, I would hear about that shit. I'd be like, oh man, this nigga made these niggas walk here for, I remember Dave Chappelle did the skit, making niggas walk to Harlem from Brooklyn for, I thought the shit was a skit, nigga. I didn't actually know this nigga really made niggas walk from, wherever he made niggas walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn for a cheesecake, nigga. Are you fucking kidding me? You making a nigga walk, what's that, 7, 8 miles? A mile in New York is a lot of, that's a long time, right? New York is very compressed, nigga. So when you walking 3 miles in New York ain't like walking 2 miles in Gary, Indiana. Like, you gonna pass a lot of shit walking a mile in New York. You made these niggas walk probably 7, 8 miles, nigga, to get you a fucking cheesecake. What kind of fucking narcissistic weirdo are you? Then you molest the white girl, the Aubrey girl. You molest the other girl, nigga. You hiring niggas, you sitting in the corner like Batman, nigga. Why nigga freak off with your bitch? You shitted on Ryan Leslie and took his bitch. I always told you, man, never trust a nigga that's obsessed with another nigga bitch, bro. That is a major, major, major red flag, man. The way you treated the making the band niggas, bro. And then we get, you scam for a while, you do the Ciroc shit. I told niggas you was weird when you had a mohawk, nigga. Never trust a nigga with a mohawk, B. At any point in time, nigga. Any nigga over 21 with a mohawk need his hard drive checked, nigga. But I digress, nigga. You do the Ciroc shit, you do the weird shit, you around French. You do the weird shit, you tell 50 you want to take him shopping. You on the drink champs, you tell niggas I love you, baby, when we gonna party. You always been a fruity, weird-ass New York nigga, but niggas gave you a pass because you was feeding niggas. In my generation, we extorted them kind of niggas. You know? Well, at least my pre-prison generation. And that's what allowed niggas like you to take the forefront. The 90s was the year of the pussy nigga imitating the hard 80s nigga. And that's what you were, Puff. And then you get on the boat with the little rod nigga. Come on, man. You molesting the little chubby nigga with the little cock eye, bro. You a hell of a nigga, bro. You got the nigga taking motherfucking pills. You fat, out of shape on a boat. You still freaking off. You got this nigga making you music, put out this bullshit-ass album, nigga. Nobody gave a fuck. And you didn't even pay the nigga. You offered the nigga 30 G's, nigga. And you couldn't pay this little nigga 30 G's, nigga. Everything you've touched has been destroyed, my nigga. That's a you thing, cuz. Now, I've destroyed some shit. But for everything I've destroyed, it's 100 people will vouch for me to get into heaven. You don't have that, B. And I've only destroyed something that's ever done me wrong. Man, put this nigga in a wood chipper. And last but not least, man, everybody know, if you watch my pod, I've always had the ultimate respect for Dame Dash, right? Regardless of what other situations he's had, I respect what Dame Dash brought to the hip-hop culture as a visionary, right? He brought a fearlessness and a Harlem swag that hadn't been seen, and he kicked down the doors and started his own company, right? The clothes. Everybody knows his imprint. I would never insult his business mind. But I would make a compassionate plea to someone as intelligent as Dame to not attack 50 Cent for this. This is not the hill to die on, defending a diabolical nigga, right? See, we get trapped in this conundrum as black people. Well, the white folk gonna tear us down. We can't tear each other's down. No, some of us need to be torn down by us and the white folk, bro. Like, this ain't racism. This is when you have thought process, to me, when I hear a nigga say 50 Cent is tearing down another black man, I can almost bet you niggas would goddamn protect a child molester. That's the same thing to me. Like, because at some point, like, your morals should mean more than any relationship you have. That's what boundaries are, right? So if my best friend got caught with a 15-year-old, he wouldn't be my best friend anymore. That's not an accident. That is a decision you made to be a pedophile, right? If my best friend got locked up, nigga, for taking booty, right? A sexual assault, right? And hey, did you do it? I swear to God, big dog, on my grandmama, I ain't do it. I got you, bro. Don't let me find out you did it. But if you look me in the eye and I can go over this case and I feel like they trying to say, I believe you. But nigga, everything that's been said about Puffy, the lives he's destroyed, the money he's destroyed, the lives he's gotten taken away, y'all can't be saying that black man tearing another black man down shit, right? And we always look for reasons to excuse degenerate behavior in the black community, and we gotta fucking stop that, nigga. Just because more white people statistically commit crimes against children, that don't mean you need to absolve your Uncle Raymond or your Aunt Keisha that you know was touching on your balls, right? So when I hear niggas say 50 wrong for tearing down Diddy, I would be willing to bet $5,000 to $10,000 that you niggas know one or two child molesters that y'all ain't spoken up against. Because it's the same thing, right? You can't tear down somebody that's morally inept, nigga. So please stop with the black man versus black man shit when a black man don't give a buck about none of the other black men. Did he give a fuck about Black Rob? Did he give a fuck about Craig Mack? Did he give a fuck about that beautiful young lady? And that's the most hurtful part of that documentary, is that young lady from that Finesse and Quest video. To hear her in so much trauma 20 plus years later, nigga, 30 years later, to see her mom type a letter talking about what you did to my daughter wakes up having nightmares. That is alone, Dame Dash, is enough for you to not defend Puffy, man. I'm sorry, brother. At some point, morals got to take place of what the fuck we got going on. And the nigga's a punk, bro. Like, hip-hop is the last place that we have where we don't want to see no motherfucking, we don't want to see nothing in hip-hop but straight niggas and straight women. I'm sorry. You can like it, you can love it, but let's be honest, right? Hip-hop and the football locker rooms is the last place we really don't want to have to deal with the politics of the engagement of more than one gender, right? Let's be honest. See, we can't have an honest conversation. I'm a real OG. Like, I would never speak these views in no other arena. But you niggas don't want to hear no motherfucking gay rapper. So why the fuck are we protecting Puffy, nigga? He's probably the nigga Wendy Williams was talking about. Or Buster, one of them two niggas. So hip-hop was the last place where, nigga, you could feel like you could change your drawers in front of a nigga, bro. So this nigga's a sexually deviant weirdo anyway. He's a rapist. He assaults women. He beats women, nigga. He kicks women. I already said the nigga should go to prison for the video, even though he wasn't charged for the video. You can't defend degeneracy in the name of blackness. And that's, if we do that, we're going to always make excuses for the uncles that's touching kids, for the basketball coaches that's touching kids, for the old ladies that's touching kids, for the women that's touching other little girls. We're going to always make excuses for these female teachers fucking these little boys. We're going to always make excuses if we think we tearing somebody down for calling out their behavior and it's degenerate. You got a freaky sex life, bro. That's on you. But you can't tell me that you going to advocate for a sexual degenerate and I'm going to respect you. Concrete Genius Pod, man. Life goes on. You know, I drop jewels. Follow me on all socials at Concrete Genius Pod. Enough is enough, nigga. Peace.